Chapter 3. I wake up half an hour before my alarm. I check my emails, including one from Frankie, with the subject line, "Keep me updated," yelling me in full caps. I make myself a small breakfast. I put on black shoes and a white t-shirt with my favorite herringbone blazer. I gather my long, tight curls into a bun at the top of my head. I forgo my contacts and choose my thickest black frame glasses. As I look in the mirror, I notice that I have lost weight in my face since David left. While I have always had a slim face, my butt and face seem to be the first to pick up on extra weight. And being with David during the 2 years we dated and the 11 months we married meant I put on a few. David likes to eat, and while he would get up in the early mornings to run it off, I slept in. Looking at myself now, pulled together and slimmer, I feel a rush of confidence. I look good. I feel good. Before I make my way out the door, I grab the camel cashmere scarf that my brother gave me for Christmas this past year. And then I put one foot in the door, one foot in front of the other, down the subway into Manhattan and uptown. Evelyn's place is just off Fifth Avenue, overlooking Central Park. I've done enough internet stalking to know she's got this place and a beachfront villa just outside Mangala, Spain. She had this apartment since the late 60s, when she bought it with Harry Cameron. She inherited the villa while Robert Jameson died for almost 5 years ago. In my next life, please remind me to come back as a movie star with points on the back end. Evelyn's building, at least from the outside, limestone, pre-war, box art styles, is extraordinary. I'm greeted before even walking in by an older, handsome doorman with soft eyes and a kind smile. "How may I help you?" he says. I find myself embarrassed to even say it. I'm here to see Evelyn Hugo. My name is Montague Grant. He smiles and opens the door for me. It's clear he was expecting me. He walks me to the elevator and presses a button of the top floor. "Have a nice day, Miss Grant," he says, then disappears as the elevator closes. I ring the doorbell of Evelyn's apartment at 11 a.m. on the dot. A woman in jeans and a navy blouse answers. She looks to be about 50, maybe a few years older. She is Asian American with jet black hair pulled into a ponytail. She's holding a stack of half-opened mail. She smiles and extends her hand. "You must be Montague," she says, as I put out my own. She seems to be the sort of person who genuinely delights in meeting other people, and I already like her, despite my strict promise to myself to remain neutral to everything I encountered today. "I'm Grace." "Hi, Grace," I say. "Nice to meet you." "Likewise. Come in." Grace steps out of the way and beckons to invite me. I put my bag on the ground and take off my coat. "You can put it right here," she says, opening a closet just inside the foyer and handing me a wooden hanger. This coat closet is the size of one bathroom in my apartment. It's no secret that Evelyn has more money than God, but I need to work at not letting that intimidate me. She's beautiful, and she's rich, and powerful, and sexual, and charming. And I'm a normal human being. Somehow I have to convince myself that she and I are on an equal footing. But this is not going to work. "Great," I say, smiling. "Thank you." I put my coat on the hanger, slip it over the rod, and let Grace shut the closet door. Evelyn's upstairs getting ready. "Can I get you anything? Water? Coffee? Tea?" "Coffee would be great," I say. Grace brings me to his sitting room. It is bright and airy, with floor-to-ceiling white bookcases and two overstuffed cream-colored chairs. "Have a seat," she says. "How do you like it?" "My coffee?" I ask, unsure of myself. "With cream? I mean, milk is fine too, but cream is great, or whatever you have." I get a hold of myself. "What I'm trying to say is that I like a splash of cream if you have it. Can you tell I'm nervous?" Grace smiles. "A little, but you don't have anything to worry about. Evelyn's a very kind person. She's particular and private, which can take some getting used to. But I've worked for a lot of people, and you can trust me when I say Evelyn's better than the rest." "Did she pay you to say that?" I ask. I'm trying to make a joke, but it sounds more like pointed. It looks more pointed and accusatory than I intended. Luckily, Grace laughs. She did send my husband and me to London and Paris last year as my Christmas bonus. So in indirect way, yeah, I suppose she did. Jesus. Well, that settles it. When you quit your job, I want your job. Grace laughs. It's a deal. And you've got coffee and a splash of cream coming right up. I sit down in my and check my cell phone. I have a text from my mom wishing me luck. I tapped respond, and I am lost in my attempts to properly type the word early without autocorrect changing it to earthquake. When I hear footsteps on the stairs, I turn around to see the 79-year-old Evelyn Hugo walking towards me. She is as breathtaking as any of her pictures. She has the posture of a ballerina. She's wearing slim black stretch pants and a long gray navy striped sweater. She's just as thin as she ever was, and the only way I ever know she's had work done to her face is because no one her age can look like that without a doctor. Her skin is glowing and just the slightest bit red, as if it's been rubbed clean. She's wearing fake eyelashes, or perhaps she's gotten eyelash extensions. Where her cheeks were once angular, they're now a bit sunken, but they have just a soft tint of rosy and have a tint of soft rosiness to them, and her lips are dark nude. Her hair is past the shoulders, a beautiful array of white, gray, and blonde, with the slightest colors framing her face. I'm sure her hair is triple processed, but the effect of that is of a graciously aging woman who sat in the sun. Her eyebrows, however, those dark, thick, straight lines that were her signature, have thinned over the years, and they are now the same color as her hair. By the time she reaches me, I notice that she is not wearing any shoes, but instead big, chunky knit socks. Montague, hello, Evelyn says. I'm momentarily surprised at the casualness and confidence with which she has said my name, as if she has known me for years. Hello, I say. I'm Evelyn. She reaches out and takes my hand, shaking it. It strikes me as a unique form of power to say your own name when you know that everyone in the world, already knows it. Grace comes in with a white mug of coffee and white saucer. There you go, with just a bit of cream. Thank you very much, I say, taking it from her. That's just the way I like it too, Evelyn says, and I'm embarrassed to admit that it thrills me. I feel like I pleased her. Can I get either of you anything, Grace asks. I shake my head, and Evelyn doesn't answer. Grace leaves. Come, Evelyn says. Let's go to the living room and get comfortable. As I grab my bag, Evelyn takes the coffee out of my hand, carrying it for me. I once read that charisma is a charm that inspires devotion, and I can't help but think that now, when she's holding my coffee for me, the combination of such a powerful woman and such a small and humble gesture is enchanting, to be sure. We stepped into a large, bright room with floor-to-ceiling windows. There are oyster gray chairs opposite a soft slate blue sofa. The carpet under our feet is thick, bright ivory, and my eyes follow its path. I'm struck by the black grand piano open under the eyes of the windows. On the walls are two blown up black and white images. The one above the sofa is of Harry Cameron on the set of a movie. The one above the fireplace is a poster for Evelyn's 1959 version of Little Women. Evelyn, Celeste St. James, and two other actresses' faces make up the image. All four of these women may have been the household names in the 50s, but it is of Evelyn and Celia who stood the test of time. Looking at it now, Evelyn and Celia seem to shine brighter than the others, but I'm pretty sure that's simply a hindsight bias. I'm seeing what I want to see, based on how I know it all turns out. Evelyn puts my cup and saucer down on the black lacquer coffee table. Sit, she says, as she takes a seat herself in one of the plush chairs. She pulls up her feet and underneath her. Anywhere you want? I nod and put my book down. As I sat on the couch, I grab my notepad. So you're putting your grown-ups for auction, I say, as I settle myself. I click my pen, ready to listen. Which is when Evelyn says, actually, I've called you here under false pretenses. I look directly at her. I'm sure, Miss Herb. Excuse me? Evelyn rearranges herself in the chair and looks at me. There's not much to tell about me. handing a bunch of dresses over to Christie's. Well, then, I've called you to discuss something else. What is that? My life story. Your life story, I say, stunned and trying hard to catch up to her. A tell-all. An Evelyn Hugo tell-all will be, I don't know, something close to the story of the year. What, you want to do a tell-all with Vivian? No, she says. You don't want to do a tell-all? I don't want to do one with Vivian. Then why am I here? I'm even more lost than I was just a moment ago. You're the one I'm telling a story to. I look at her, trying to decipher what she's saying. You're going to go on record about your life, and you're going to do it with me, but not with Vivian? Evelyn nods. Now you're getting it. So what exactly are you proposing? There is no way that I would just walk into this situation in which one is the most intriguing person alive is offering the story of her life for no reason. I must be missing something. I will tell you my life story in a way that will be beneficial for both of us, although, to be honest, mainly you. Just how in-depth are we talking here? Maybe she wants some airy retrospective, some lightweight story published somewhere of her choosing. The whole 9 yards. The good, the bad, the ugly. Whatever cliche you use, that means. I'll tell you the truth about absolutely everything I've ever done. Whoa. I feel so silly for coming on here expecting her to answer questions about dresses. I put the notebook on the table in front of me and gently put the pen down on top of it. I want to handle this perfectly. It's as if a gorgeous, delicate bird has just flown to me and sat directly on my shoulder. And if I don't make the exact right move, it might fly away. Okay, if I understand you correctly, what you're saying is that you'd like to confess your various sins. Evelyn's posture, which until this point has shown her to be very relaxed and fairly detached, changes. She's now leaning towards me. I never said anything about confessing sins. I said nothing about sins at all. I back away slightly. I've ruined it. I apologize, I say. That's a poor choice of words. Evelyn doesn't say anything. I'm sorry, Miss Hugo. This is all a bit surreal for me. You can call me Evelyn, she says. Okay, Evelyn, what's the next step here? What precisely are we going to do together? I take the coffee cup and put it to my lips, sipping just a little bit. We're not doing a Vivian cover story, she says. Okay, I got that much, I say, putting the cup down. We're writing a book. We are? Evelyn nods. You and I, she says. I've read your work. I like the way you communicate clearly and yeah. Your writing has no nonsense quality to it, and I admire and think that my book could use. You're asking me to ghostwrite your autobiography? This is fantastic. This is absolutely, positively fantastic. This is a good reason to stay in New York. A great reason. Things like this don't happen in San Francisco. Evelyn shakes her head again. I'm giving you my life story, Montague, and I'm going to tell you the whole truth, and you're going to write a book about it. And we'll package it with your name on it and tell everyone you wrote it. That's ghostwriting. I pick up my cup again. My name won't be on it? I'll be dead. I choke on my coffee. And in doing so, stain the white carpet with flecks of umber. Oh my God, I say, perhaps a bit too loudly, and I put down the cup. Spill coffee on her carpet. Evelyn waves this off, but Grace knocks on the door and opens it just a crack, poking her head in. Everything okay? I spilled, I'm afraid, I say. Evelyn opens the door fully and comes in, taking a look. I'm really sorry. I just got a big shock, that's all. I catch Evelyn's eye, and I don't know her very well, but what I do know is that she's telling me to be quiet. It's not a problem, Grace says. I'll take care of it. Are you hungry, Montague? Evelyn says, standing up. I'm sorry. I know a place just down the street that makes really good salads. My treat.